All systems go. Clear for liftoff.
What is going on, YouTube? Welcome to the Saturday, December 2nd. We're in December. We got a 9-game NHL slate here on this Saturday. If you guys are new, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Helps us out a ton here on this SHIPIT Nation YouTube station here. We're almost to 5,000 subscribers. If you can help us get there, we're giving away an annual package valued at $699.99 there for that. Gets you access to all of our premium content behind the paywall for all sports, including the best Discord community in the industry. So go ahead and hit that. Gets you a chance to win that annual package. But if you are not a member, head over to shipitnation.com. Click on Join Now, select your package, and get in the premium access of the Discord. Again, all sports, content, projections, tools. We got everything you need to have success with DFS. But let's break it down. Let's talk about this 9-game slate here. NHL quick hit here. As always, going to talk my favorite stacks, some values at each position, my favorite goalies. Get on out of here. All my final content will be up for premium subscribers over in shipitnation.com. Without further ado, let's jump into it. First team I'm going to bring up here tonight, my first favorite stack of the night is the late night hammer here, minus 235 road favorites. It's the Colorado Avs here. Facing the Anaheim Ducks, man. The Ducks are just been pretty brutal, especially on home ice here, 9-14 on the year. Avs have shown why they're one of the best hockey teams in the league. Obviously, once they're healthy, if they stay healthy, they would have been there last year. I think if they stay healthy this year, they'll be there in the end. Got to like the Avs here quite a bit as the late night hammer. 6.5 is the total here. McKinnon, Niskanen, Cale Makar, Mikko Rantanen, the 4 big dogs, obviously firmly in play always every time the Avs are on the slate here. But you can also look into guys like Ross Colton, right, as a value play. 3,900 on this team here. Is kind of slowing down, but he's got an incredible history against the Ducks here. Obviously, last time they played back on the 15th last month, he did score a goal. So Ross Colton, solid value play here. Ryan Johansson here as the second-line center, skate next to Drouin and Tatar here. That second line is going to go overlooked here. They're a nice value play. They get the same matchup, and they're all super cheap. So if you want to pair them with a Boston, a Detroit, a Seattle, something like that, a Carolina, who's going to be chalky on the slate, we'll talk about them in a little bit. It is a nice little stack there. So Colorado, definitely like Colorado a ton here tonight. I'm going to go to my second favorite stack of the night here. Is actually going to be a contrarian take, I think, a little bit here, is going to be these Detroit Red Wings. Like the Detroit Red Wings here on the road, minus 155 is the favorite. They're almost implied to score 4 goals here. Larkin should be back tonight as well. I think he's returning back from IR tonight here. Sat out the last 2 games, obviously against the Rangers and in Chicago here. If he's back, I really like him. But one guy I want to bring up for sure for Detroit here is JT Compher. He's skating on that second line with Favre and Kopp. That second line's been absolutely electric, on fire. They're, again, super cheap. I really like Detroit line 2 here. You can go up to the big dogs with Larkin, Raymond, and DeBrincat. Those guys are all great plays as well, especially if Larkin is back tonight, which is projected to be back. I like Detroit quite a bit here, especially in GPPs. I don't think they get the ownership some of the Bostons or the Vegas might get a little ownership. Vancouver, Colorado's definitely going to get ownership, and Carolina is for sure going to get ownership here. So Detroit's probably going to be a little slept on here in GPPs. I like them quite a bit on the slate. Nice differentiation piece there for me. Another team that I think is going to be a little bit under-owned here and in kind of a contrarian take is going to be the Seattle Kraken here. Ottawa on home ice is allowing over 4 goals per game over the last 10 games that they played. Their penalty kill is sub 74%, just 73% on the season at home. They give up almost 4 penalties against per game too. So I actually like going to Seattle here. I like going to this power play unit. Eli Tolavainen, Vince Dunn, Matty Beaners, and Ty Carde. Really like those guys. Yamamoto is on that top power play at stone minimum. You can take a look at him, but really don't have a ton of interest. I really like Ty Cartier, 2,900 for him as a wing. Good play. Matty Byners here, 4,100. Again, terrible with pronunciation. I apologize for that, but you get the point here. And then Vince Dunn, 4,400. One of the best deep men on the entire slate, in my opinion, here at 4.4K. So I really like that top power play. And then Eli Tolvainen, I call him Govinen here, 4,600. He's been playing pretty good hockey, averaging over 3 shots on goal per game over the last 5 as well. So like these Seattle Kraken here at these price points in this matchup here. I think they can score some goals on Ottawa. I think people are going to be on the other side, and Kraken are my favorite dog on the slate at plus money here. Let's talk about the chalk of the slate here. It's going to be Carolina at home here against Buffalo. This is where everyone's going to come. Carolina's going to get a ton of ownership in this spot here. They're minus 250 favorites at home. Highest implied team total on the slate. Sebastian Aho, 6,600. He's just too cheap. That's too cheap of a price point for him on home ice here. Seth Jarvis, 5,100. That's too cheap for him here in this spot. A guy I really like is Teuvo Teravainen here. 4.9K for him. He's going to correlate with Aho on that top power play. Second line is Svechnikov and Kotkaniemi here. So if I'm going to Carolina, I think for ownership purposes, I'm going to actually go to the second line over the Aho line because Aho is underpriced. Seth Jarvis is underpriced. But Carolina scores from every angle. Way to get a little bit different with Carolina here is go to the Teravainen, the Svechnikov line with Kotkaniemi here. That should get you a little bit different because people are going to see Aho at sub 7K and Seth Jarvis at sub 6K, 5,100 there, and just go to those two guys. You can get a little bit different just going to the cheaper stack there in line 2. Really like that line 2 here for Carolina. They are going to be the chalkiest team of the slate. It's not about who you play. It's about how you play them personally is how I approach it. So do like Carolina here, but I prefer the second line for Carolina with the ownership discount a little bit here. Another team we got to talk about on the slate, Boston here on the road in Toronto. Boston has been slumping a little bit. They just haven't been crushing. Obviously, they came off 3 straight losses there against Detroit, New York Rangers, Columbus. Did shut out San Jose, but San Jose, worst team in the league. That's expected here. I don't like this game a ton from DFS perspective, but it is hard to ignore this Boston power play spot, this Boston power play matchup here. The power play on the road hasn't been great here, but Toronto at home on home ice has been extremely leaky, allowing almost 4 goals against per game. Their expected goals is up there. They have a sub 75% penalty kill. They give up almost 4 chances per game. They give up the 6th most high danger chances in the league as well on home ice. So I do like Boston here. I think I prefer the second line with Marchand, Poitras, and Heenan here personally at their price points. Really like Marchand. He's got a good price point. Poitras has been good. He's got a good price point. And then Danton Heenan has also been pretty good for these Bruins, and he's got a nice price. You can definitely go to Zacha and DeBrusk and Pasternak. I think if people go to Boston, that's the line they go to. Pasta, 9,800 is an expensive price point. I'd rather pay up for these Avs personally than go to Pasta. Zacha is 5,500. I think is a fine option. I mean, he's got a good price point there. But for me, Boston line 2 is where I'm going to focus here in this spot on the road here in Toronto. I do think they make some sense. And then the last team I'll bring up here, the last stack that I have interest is the Arizona Coyotes here on home ice. I like targeting this blue squad. I like targeting Carolina or the Coyotes here on home ice. Lawson Krause continues to play great hockey right now, continues to lead this team over the last 5 in shots on goal at almost 4 per game. He's 4.4K, so he's a cheap price point like Lawson Krause. Can't sleep on this top line with Cooley, Nick Schmaltz, and Clayton Keller whenever they're on home ice. Clayton Keller has been consistent over the last 3 games, 17, 12, and 12. I mean, he's 6.4K. He's a good price. I like that. Nick Bjugstad here on the second line with Makinel and Lawson Krause. That second line is actually been the better line, personally, in my opinion, for these Coyotes, and they're cheaper. So I really like that. Arizona is going to round out my last favorite stack of the night here. Give you six stacks there that I'm looking at. Talk some value centers here. Again, if you guys are new, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It helps us out a ton here at SHIPITNation.com. As always, all my final content will be up for premium subscribers over on the website. If you're not a member yet, head over there, shipitnation.com. Join now, select our package. We got weekly, that does not include the Discord, but then we got monthly, we got 6-month, and we got annual packages, all include the discount. Or the Discord, excuse me, and the annual package is going to be your best bang for the buck. Takes it down to about $50 all-in rate once you do the math out across the 12-month period. Talking some value centers, some sub 4K centers here that I'm looking at. First guy, Nick Bjugstad here. I already brought him up. He's 4K flat. Pretty good matchup here against St. Louis. Centers against St. Louis have been pretty good. I like Arizona to win this game. 6.5 is the total here. So Nick Bjugstad at 4K flat. Definitely have my eye on him. Talked about like in Seattle here. I'm always a Yanni Gourde guy. I really like Yanni Gourde here. He's got pretty good history against Ottawa here. He's bumped up to that second line as well, which I do like. He's on that second line now with Bjorkstrand and Eli Tolvainen. Really like both of those line mates there. Yanni Gourde, 3,700. Definitely like him as a value guy here. Another value center for Arizona is going to be Alex Kerfoot, the third liner, but he is on the top power play. He's 2.8K. He's averaging almost 8 to 10 fantasy points per game. I mean, coming off a 12 and a 16 fantasy point game where he played 19 minutes in both of those. This guy's playing 18 to 20 minutes at $300 over min price here. On top power play, hard to ignore the price there because I do like Arizona in this spot. So Alex Kerfoot, do like him. Got to bring this guy up every time it feels like he's on the slate, but he just continues to be consistent. I mean, he's averaging almost 8-9 fantasy points per game. He's 3,900 here. He's on home ice, third liner, getting power play time. Mikael Backlund here against Vancouver, not the greatest matchup overall, but 10, 12, 6, 11 DraftKings points his last 4. He's pretty active when he's out there, and he gets the minutes. He plays 18 to 20 minutes for sub 4K. So, again, more minutes leads to more opportunities. You can't go wrong, especially with a third liner on home ice, Mikael Backlund. And then the last guy I'll bring up, I already talked about Boston. It's going to be Matthew Poitras here. Really like this spot. I mean, he's been pretty good. He's on that second line next to Marchand and Heenan here. 3,400 for him. 14 to 16 minutes is somewhere in the ballpark where he's going to get maybe a little bit more time here on the road. Last game on the road, he played 16 minutes. Against Columbus. I could see another 16-minute night here. 3.4K for him in a matchup where I like Boston to win. I do think he's a fine value play here as well. Jumping into the wing here, the first guy I'm going to bring up, this guy continues to just crush. I mean, he's averaging almost 13 DraftKings points per game over the last 5, and he's $100 over min price. It's Kyle Okposo here. It's on the other side of the chalk on the slate as well, which I do like. I mean, 19, 13, 14, and 16 in his game log over the last 4. Getting power play time, averaging over 3 shots on goal per game. Kyle Okposo here for Buffalo. A fantastic value play here again on this slate. Another value guy here for the wing is going to be Connor Garland here. Don't like Vancouver here a ton. But Connor Garland, 3,300. He's been pretty consistent. He's shooting the puck over 2.5 times per game over the last 5. So 3.3K for him. I think Connor Garland is a fine value play. Going back to Calgary here, Jonathan Huberdeau, top power play guy at sub 4K, 8, 7, 15 DraftKings points in his last 3. Jonathan Huberdeau, another fine value winger on this slate at 3.8K. Already brought up this guy. Ty Cartier here for Seattle. 2.9K at the wing, getting top power play time. I mean, it's just hard to ignore that. I mean, 16, 16, and 10 DraftKings points in his last 3. Again, he's averaging 11, 12 DraftKings points over the last 3 games, somewhere in that ballpark there. Just doing some quick math off the top. So 2.9K for him, getting top power play time in a matchup where I do like Seattle. I think he is a great value play there. Jumping into some value D-men on this slate. The first value D-men I'm going to bring up here is Dmitry Orlov. 3K flat for him against Buffalo. Pretty solid matchup. He's playing 16 to 18 minutes here. Last game against Buffalo back early November. He had 3 shots on net, played 22 minutes, picked up an assist and a block here. He fires the puck when he's out there. Carolina, highest implied team total on the slate. Dmitry Orlov at 3K flat, I think, is an excellent value play on this slate. Another guy, brought this guy up last time, but Marcus Pettersson. He's averaging almost 10 DraftKings points per game, and he's $300 over min price. So if you really want to spend up everywhere, go Dmitry Orlov, Marcus Pettersson, D-men combo. You get them both for $3K, 2,800, 5,800 total for 2 spots with upside there. Allows you to do whatever you want. So I really like those 2 value D-men. A couple more that are a little bit more expensive here. First one, Adam Larson, 4K flat for him. This guy plays over 23 minutes. He's probably got the most upside of them all. I prefer Vince Dunn for $400 more on the same team just because he's getting power play time. But Adam Larson has been good. 4K flat for him. Do like him. Another guy, Brandon Carlo here. Brandon Carlo for Boston. He's been good. Pretty solid history as well. Last game against Toronto this season back early November, he played 23 minutes. So if he plays 20 to 23 minutes again at 3.1K in this matchup, I think he can pay off that 3.1 price tag pretty easily. And then the last guy is going to be Chris Tanev here for Calgary. Basically a shot blocker here, 18 to 20 minutes expected. He's been pretty good over the last week, 8, 11, 12, 8, 0, 8, 20. So you take off that outlier against Colorado, a pretty tough matchup there. He hasn't scored less than 8 DraftKings points in the last week and a half. So Chris Tanev is going to round out the value D-man on the slate at 3.2K. Jumping into my favorite goalies on this slate. First, probably my favorite spin-up goalie here is going to be Connor Ingram on this slate. 8K flat for him at home here against St. Louis. He's been good over the last 3, including a win against Tampa Bay, Colorado, and Vegas. 3 straight great wins here. Now gets a St. Louis squad. Could be a little trap spot here, but 8K flat for him. Connor Ingram, definitely like him a ton here on home ice. Another guy I like here, Tristan Jarry, also on home ice here against Philly. 8.3K. Tristan Jarry at home, 8.3K against a Philly squad here. In a game where I do think Pittsburgh should win this pretty easily. I like Tristan Jarry quite a bit here, as well as another spend up. One guy that I think is significantly underpriced here is Linus Ullmark. We were paying $8,500 for this guy just a week and a half ago, and now he's 7.5K here. I expect Boston to win this game. I get it. He's on the road, but 7.5K for Linus Ullmark is too cheap for him. Another guy that I think is too cheap as well at $8,500. Another road guy is Thatcher Demko here for Vancouver. I think Vancouver can win this game pretty easily against Calgary. Thatcher Demko at $7,500. I mean, Linus Ullmark and Demko both should be up near 8K or 8,400, 8,500 for their talent for how they've been playing this year. 2 games ago, we were playing $8,500 for Demko here. And now he's on the road against Calgary, who's 10-13 on the year, and he's 7.5K again. Just don't understand that. So I really like Ullmark, really like Demko. And the last guy I'll bring up here is just a nature of me liking Detroit. It's Ville Husso here, 8.1K. I think I prefer Connor Ingram more, but Ville Husso, 8.1K is another goalie you can look at on this slate. That's going to do it for this edition of the NHL Quick Hit 9-game December 2nd NHL show. We're all the way in December now. We've been crushing the NHL streets. We've been crushing NBA. We've been crushing NFL. We got you covered over here at SHIPITNation.com. But for all you on the YouTube channel, if you guys could, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button on the way out, down in the comment section, hashtag SHIPIT. Drop some of your favorite stacks, your favorite goalies, your favorite skaters. I'm going to get on out of here. Good luck tonight in your contest. Hope to see those SHIPIT Nation logos at the top. For myself, Nadesify, let's ship it.